Hello, right, Traceylou here. I'm going to do a little mini series, as it were. I'm going to call it Traceyllou's Crafts in a Tea Break. Coffee in this case. Something you can do. Well, grab a coffee, and then do a mini craft. Might take you 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. So hopefully, all being well, this should only take me about 20 minutes. And it's something that hopefully you're going to find useful. Now, they're not all my ideas. I'm going to put that out there straight away. It's things I've seen here on YouTube and maybe on Pinterest, or I've picked up from a fellow crafter. So without further ado, let's crack on. Now, this first one is how to make your own chipboard pieces. Now, this is a frame I've already made. As you can see, it's quite thick, and this I've actually cut out from on my Silhouette Cameo, and I'm using it on a project I'm doing at the moment, which is a baby mini album. Now, I didn't have the frame. They're using a resin frame. I didn't have it. And putting it bluntly, I couldn't afford it. So I thought, right, I need a substantial frame. And the only way I could think of doing it was cutting it out various times, stacking it on, and making my own chipboard frame. And I couldn't find one I liked. So I found one on, like I say, Silhouette, cut it out. But you can use your die cuts and make your own frame. So let me show you how I did it. Right, now, there's two that are already stuck together. So I've cut it out 6 times. No, 5. I'll tell you a porky pie. Unless there's already 3 there. No, there's 2. So I've cut it out 5 times, not 6. So there's the other 3. As you can see, they're all identical. Okay. And all we're literally going to do is just glue them together. Now, rather than painstakingly grabbing a glue with a little piece of metal tip, going all the way around, because by the time you started here and glued it all, by the time you get back to here, this is invariably dry. So what I tend to do is grab a cello bag, or if you've got, I have got a glass mat, or a glass mat, or even the back of your hand. Okay. What you're going to do, now I use this original high-tech purpose very sticky glue. Alright, and I put, she says, I thought I'd opened it actually, obviously I didn't. So let me just pin open it. There we go. No, looks like we've got a bit stuck in there. Here we go. There's definitely a piece stuck in there somewhere. Always the way, isn't it, when you come on camera? Guaranteed. It's going to take me 20 minutes just to get the glue out. You know this, don't you? No, it's determined to play me up today. Come on, come on. Come out wherever you are. Let's see. No, I'm going to have to go this way, I think. Let's see if I can even open it. There we go. I bet you it's stuck inside. Yeah, it's all glued up inside. So I'm going to cheat. I'm going to place some with the needle, pin even. You'll see what I'm going to do in a moment. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, that's a thick bit there. So I'm going to take that thick piece out. I really need to tidy that up. So let's just pour a little bit out like this. Oh, that's way, way, way too much. I go from one extreme to the other, don't I? Let's just air all that down. This really isn't I'm glad this is all off camera and you can't see the mess I'm getting into here. Right, so with a piece of waste card, all I'm going to do is just spread this out quite thinly, because I don't want that too thick. Alright, so you can see I'm only doing a very thin film. I'm just going to take that excess off and just pop that back into the bottle, like so. It's just... Right, you can see how thin that is. Okay. Right, let me get the right side. And then all I'm going to do is just kiss, literally, the glue. And all I'm doing here is we're doing it this way. I'm not getting too much. I need a bit more than that. Onto the back. There we go, that's better. A little bit more there. And a tad more there. But it's not going to be all over the place. Right, that's the one that's already got two. And all you're going to do is literally line it up. Like so. Because it's a wet glue, you've actually got time, like this, but you haven't got glue all splodging out. My fingers are full of glue now. If this top one's dirty, don't worry, because we'll put the next layer on top of this, so you won't see any dirt on this layer. This is where you can cheat. So already this is going to be thicker than this thin paper one. See how we can roll this? Whereas when they're finished, you can't roll them at all. Okay, so that's that one. So now we've got two twos. Still rollable, but a lot harder to roll. So here's the last one. So what we're going to do, I've got plenty of glue on there, so I'm just going to wipe it down again, like so. Move that to one side. Again, work out which is the back end, like there. And then we're just going to take that round. Keep going round. So it's just literally what I class as rinse and repeat. Dip it in. Right, everywhere's done. I'm just taking off some excess glue off my fingers. And then again, you're going to put them two together. So this is a 2 and a 1 now I've got here. Line them up. Take your time, you're not in a competition. So you're not in a race. Like so. So now this is 3 deep. And because they're all cut at the same time, if you're doing it on your electronic machines, or if you're die cutting them, then you know they're identical. So nothing's going to be slightly bigger than anything else. Where's my poker tool? There. So I just noticed there's a bit there that shouldn't be. So I'm just moving that there. Okay, so now we've got a 3 there. Once this is dry, just move that in. You can see any imperfections and deal with them. And I've got a little bit of glue in there, so I'm just going to poke that through there. Okay, like so. So now that's a 3. When they're dry, they go nice and solid. Already, now we're struggling to bend. So now we're going to put the 3 and the 2 together. So again, I'm just going to move that glue around a bit more. Cover the area. So I'm going to work out which is the nicest of the two to go on top. This one's the nicest, this one's not. So I'm going to push this one down like so. So we'll go all the way around again, just as we did before. Try not to touch the glued area. Need a bit more there. And that looks good to me. Yep. And then we're going to pop this one on top, like so. Again, lining up, taking our time, but not too much, because we want to do this in our tea break, coffee break, water break, juice break, like so. And then once this is dry, which only takes a couple of minutes because it's only PVA glue at the end of the day, I'm just, because mine's got a lot of holes there, I'm just making sure there's no glue showing in those holes. And there I have, to all intents, I'm just going to move this out of the way, to all intents and purposes, another chipboard frame. Nice and deep, and once that's dry, you can hear how solid it is. And that, from start to finish, with me chatting to you, has took approximately 12 minutes. Just under, actually, 12 minutes. Including drying time, I think you're looking at about 5 minutes drying time. But now, and I mean this, because it's card, you can ink it, you can paint it, you can mist it, you can put napkins on it, you can do rice papers on it, anything you like. But once it's dry, it will then go solid like this one. It's still a bit bendy because it's wet or damp, whichever one you want to look at it. But that's how you can make your own chipboard pieces. And you can even do that with, if you wanted to make solid die cuts, for instance, like if you wanted solid leaves, or embellishments, or like your hearts. I mean, I've got two or three of these, so I could even do it with those to make chipboard pieces for your mixed media. You could do it for those. Again, if you wanted to do like your leaves and flowers, you could do it for your leaves and flowers. I've got glue on my fingers, I do apologise. You could do it for your leaves and flowers. So, now you know how to do it. Enjoy and play. I suggest you use plain, I mean, these are like Miri and pearlescent card. I suggest you use plain white or plain black card to do it with, rather than the specialised cards, purely because the PVA glue will adhere to it a lot better and a lot easier. Alright, so thanks very much for joining me. Look out for the next in the series of Traceylou's crafts in a tea break, because there will be more, ranging even from making a pom-pom to napkin cards, butterfly cards. There's going to be all different bits and pieces that I'm doing. I've got a whole collection of stuff that I want to show you, all to do in a tea break. So thanks very much for joining me today. Hope your day goes well and you enjoy yourselves, and happy crafting. Bye for now.